The oval, trying to get the qualifying marks to be top 12 in the country, Division I in the men's distance medley relay. Earlier today in Arkansas, 9:14:19 turned in by the Virginia Cavaliers, a new collegiate indoor legal, meaning on a 200 banked oval or shorter. Washington, had run faster on an oversized out at UW this year by, I think, just under a tenth of a second, but we are underway. The teams on the oval: Boston University, North Carolina, Princeton, Georgetown, UCLA, Wake Forest, and Virginia Tech. And the pace, we actually do have the team unattached, 151 to 152. A.J. Ernst taking the group through, so roughly 27 seconds. That is A.J. Ernst out front of these collegiate teams looking for their national qualifying mark. Georgetown, the Hoyas just show incredible balance, and that's where this distance medley relay starts with a 1,200 meter leg, then a 400, 800, and then wraps up with the metric mile, 1,600, a total of 4,000 meters. 56 and change, Ernst through the opening 400 meters. So Virginia Tech currently in the number 3 spot behind the Hoyas. Georgetown scheduled to have Tefra, Marchand, Angiono, and Matsatsa. Tanada Matsatsa ran a blistering 800 here at BU earlier this year. Ernst gaining some separation as he is cranking out, trying to stay on that 151, 152 pace. Virginia Tech countering with Nick Plant, the former Ohio standout at 800 meters. Sam Harrington, Christian Jackson, and George Cootie. That's scheduled to be their quartet. They are currently sitting in the number 2 spot for the finishers. A.J. Ernst takes a look to the inside. They go through in 153, a little slower than pace, but we'll see how these middle distance guys, some of these 1,600 runners dropping down milers, or 800 meters runners extending their race. And that's what we're seeing now. Virginia Tech in front. That is Nick Plant for the Hokies. Coming to the line with 1 to go. Plant holding on to that lead. A 28-7 last lap as Virginia Tech gaining some separation over the Hoyas of Georgetown. And Virginia Tech will hand off first, 248, 249. And it's 1,200 to 400. So here's we bring in the long sprinters, and they are moving. Lots of ebb and flow in this 4,000 meter relay. Still, Virginia Tech in the lead. Georgetown in second. Princeton pulling up in the number 3 spot. You saw Princeton had the fastest opening lap in that 400 at 21.3. Important baton exchanges, each and every one of these. Here comes Georgetown through the zone. Can they close or take the lead? They definitely close things up right behind the Hokies of Virginia Tech. And that's the gap between first and second. Princeton in third, and about 15 meters of open track back to the number 4 position. I believe that is Wake Forest in 4th. And then UCLA, Boston University, and North Carolina. The Tar Heels scheduled to have Ethan Strand, owner of that incredible 348 collegiate record in the mile. And it'd be interesting to see how close these teams can get to that 9:14 that UVA threw down earlier today in Arkansas. The official record prior to today was Oklahoma State's 9:16.40, but UVA took care of that one as it's Virginia Tech, Georgetown, Princeton, and then about 12 meters back to Wake Forest. North Carolina has moved up a couple spots, UCLA and Boston University. Final baton pass. As I mentioned that UW on an oversized track went faster this year. Virginia Tech holds that lead. Georgetown right behind him. And Satsa just got the stick. And Princeton in the number 3 spot. Bunched together up front. Washington ran the 9:14.10 on the oversized track. That's the best all conditioned, as some say, the oversized by over 3 seconds. Again, a new record legal, 9:14 and change for Virginia earlier today. Coming into this weekend, Washington's 9:14 was number 1. And then jump back to Cal at 9:32. So lots of room. Lots of opportunities to move up, and look who has moved up, putting the Tar Heels in the number 2 spot. Ethan Strand. Wow, he didn't waste any time whatsoever using that incredible 3:48.82 and 7:33K performances to put the Tar Heels right in the mix. This is a 5-team battle of the 7 on the track, and you see some contact. Indoor track, as I mentioned many times, is a contact sport. Not by choice, it just so happens, especially coming into and out of bankings. Your body is just forced to the inside where there might be somebody already occupying that space. And you want to get tight, you want to be as close to your specific distance, in this case the 1,600 anchors, as possible. You want to be along that rail. Georgetown, North Carolina, Princeton, 1, 2, 3, Metsatsa and Ethan Strand battling in the lead. Wow, what a race. And the DMR has just grown in popularity in recent years. This is one reason. These teams are still in the mix. There goes the Tigers of Princeton. Harrison Witt, their anchor, stretches things out just a little bit as things really were getting kind of contentious there, as 5 teams were separated by just a couple strides. 2 to go, Metsatsa in second, Strand sitting third. Harrison Witt, the senior from Princeton, in front. A 3:52 miler. A week ago, the David Henry Valentine Invitational. He's got 1 to go. Metsatsa right behind him. Strand's there, and here comes Wake Forest. This one isn't over by a long shot. Harrison Witt from Princeton digging hard, gaining some separation from Metsatsa. Here comes Strand. Ethan Strand from North Carolina. Can he pull out a victory for the Tar Heels? Another ACC school. Wake Forest right there as well. Here comes Strand. Witt digging hard. Ethan Strand to the line. Is it Wake Forest with the lead? It is Wake Forest, 9:17.17. Holy cow, edges North Carolina by 0.02 of a second. What a race. Princeton at 9:17.30. That's why they came to the launch pad. 3 of the top men's performances all time on legal 200-meter or shorter banked ovals. That moves everybody into the number 4 spot now, with the new record earlier today by Virginia. Wow, what a run. There are the numbers.